Welcome back, guys, to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit, where last episode, within Excelsius Winner's house, we responded to a sound and found not the young actor we were expecting, but instead a tied-up Eustace Winner, untying him and engaging him in mind chess to try to break through the prosecutor's distress. Having hopefully set him down the right path and learning of a connection between Excelsius and Lagarde, we have passed on this info to Eddie Fender and now have traced Eustace's movements to the Bigg Building storeroom, as we now investigate it again, hoping to find, of course, the stowed away evidence that we need for the case that's currently going on. But yes, we're going to examine absolutely everything in this room first of all. Let's see, that's 1, 10, 100. What exactly are you counting, Kay? The zeros on this sign here. 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million? So that's 2,400,000. 2,400,000 pounds. This must be the heaviest statue in the world. Heavy enough that there would be nothing but a hole in the floor if that were true. Oh, we were speaking pounds as in UK currency then. For some reason, I was randomly localized. Really localized, not just American. I doubt there would be much point descending to the committee chamber right now. A secret elevator and a secret ladder in a secret storeroom. Whoever built this place should have secrets, huh? They certainly seem to. Do you think that's important somehow? Sure do. Us great thieves love secret too. We're almost as good at hiding stuff as we are at stealing it. But don't worry, I won't go to your house and hide your Persian slippers, I promise. I don't even own any. That's because they've been hidden, you didn't know about them. Look at this! Giant monkey head, and the monkey has a top knot. It's the mascot of Global Studios. He showed up in a previous case of mine. Oh, I think I've heard of him. Mr. Monkey? Yeah, that's it, Mr. Monkey. Close, Kay, but not quite. I think you'll find it's Mrs. Monkey. Is that so? Shame. Mr. Monkey sounds way cooler, don't you think? Sure. It's the money from the underground auction. Perhaps it would be better if Kay didn't see it, or if this hatch was so easily openable for the money. Stealing money is kind of the big thing with thieves right now. There are trends in thievery. But don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, I'm no fashion victim. I'm my own great thief. They broke the mold when they made this Yadagalasu. No, I guess we better let her continue to believe that stealing money is the latest thing. In fact, let's steal some sentences from you. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you notice anything? Well, we found Eustace, but there's still no sign of Sean anywhere. Where could he have been taken? I think the only way to find out will be to ask around and see if we can unearth some clues. We also need to see if we can find the missing murder weapon while we're at it. We saw Eustace coming out of the big building, right? Maybe there's something here. Yes, he might have come back to look for something. We should look around, but remember, we don't have much time. So I'm wasting all the time possible knowing that we have to go to the safe directly, but still. Here we are again, back in the storeroom. Can't believe we were only here yesterday. Or that I lost my memory. Hey, I didn't notice at the time. But this place is a real treasure trove, huh? I'm warning you now, Kay. Do not touch anything unless you absolutely have to. I won't, I promise. We should take a look around and see if anything's different from when we were here before. Come on, investigation time. I wonder if she's right. Is anything different? The legs of 4 human figures holding up the tabletop in the center is certainly bold. And it would certainly keep you safe if you hid underneath it during an earthquake. Tons of stuff could fall on top of it and it still wouldn't break. Yes, and then you'd be trapped in the company of these 4 strange fellows. Oh, it wouldn't be me trapped under there. Great thieves mostly work outdoors. No, it'd probably be you down there trying to think of what to talk to them about. Why don't you get under there now and practice a few lines? No, thank you. This is the transceiver the killer contacted us on. This is Yadagarasu. Repeat, Yadagarasu. Come in, Mr. Edgeworth. Over. What was that? We have successfully infiltrated floor 51 in the big building. Over. Transmitting my position now. I'm standing right next to you, Kay. There's no need to transmit anything. No way, you got here already? How did you do that? I have no idea what you're talking about. But can we please get back to our investigation? Request to regroup and reconnoiter. Duly received. Can do, over. Good. Then let's get to it. Roger that. Over and out. Doesn't take a genius to spot that there's something missing here. Indeed. The jamming ninja mask you were found with. I hope the events of 2 nights ago aren't weighing on you too heavily, Kay. Yeah, mass down here, cotton candy store up above. All we need is a Ferris wheel and a rifle range, and we've got ourselves a fairground. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Seems I needn't have worried at all. Oh, there's some stuff left in the safe. I think we'd better take a look, don't you? The owner will just have to forgive our prying. Is it a document of some kind? Let's see. Yeah, a document. And there's a photo attached too. This picture, it's of... Whoa, that's Mr. Knight, right? Her name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. Why is there a picture of him in here? And what's this paperwork about? I'm not sure. Let's take a closer look. You were right, darling. There's some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, we've been trying to find out who Canis plays his city correspondence chess games with. Well, now we know. I'll be pulling Knight into my office for a thorough grilling tomorrow. And I'll make that worm admit he's Canis's lackey if it's the last thing I do. So you do your bit too, and retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. I'm sure it's still right in front of the planter where we left it. It seems to be some sort of report on Knight. Yeah, and it must be from right around the time he was killed. We know the Knight was killed while being interrogated in the prison warden's office. I think we can safely assume that this document was written by Fifi Lagarde, don't you? I'd say so. But who was it written for? Oh, I guess whoever owns the safe? And I say that's likely to be the auctioneer, Excelsior's winner himself. Proof that they really did know each other. Indeed. Not only that, it proves another connection. Huh? Lagarde and Winner were trying to flush out Mr. Canis's henchman. Oh, you mean Bodied Harmer Canis, right? The assassin guy with a soft spot for dogs? Yes, something links the three of them. Something they don't want anybody to know. But what? I don't know yet, but I suspect it had something to do with this case. Report on Knight. A report from Warden Lagarde to Chairman Winner about the connection between Knight and Canis. I meant to examine the ladder. Wait, there's something else in here we've seen before. There's something on his finger. Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, and an expensive looking one at that. Don't even think about it, Kay. What? I didn't say anything. Oh well, Mr. Knight. Your chess set and your ring are here too. All your possessions in one place. So basically the safe was full of evidence from the murder at the prison? It would seem so. Which means the missing knife and chisel might be here too. Knife, chisel. No dice. There's nothing else here apart from Mr. Knight's stuff. Really? Curses. Knight may be dead. Curse you, Edgeworth. Our game isn't over yet. But he left unfinished business behind him. I think we need to find out what it was. Knight's possessions, a pocket chess set and a ring found in the safe in the auction room. A Paul Halik ring. Oh, it's telling me that I can leave now. They wrapped this box in chains so nobody could open it, huh? Yes, as you can see. So I wouldn't just need my ropecraft skills to escape. I need to learn some chain work too. It's hard being a great thief these days. Thief problems. Now there's a type of quandary I've never thought about before. Is there anything else to examine in here? Looks like we're pretty... Oh! I left. Could I interest you two in some cotton candy, perhaps? Oh my god. Huh? I have ice cream too, but if I recall correctly, you weren't much of a fan. You! The killer! It's wonderful to see you looking so well, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing here? It's just as I said, I'm selling cotton candy. Can I really not interest you in some? Parting clouds is called. Very apt. You're selling that's ice cream. That's ice cream. Sweeter than death itself, and so delicious you'll feel you're parting the clouds en route to heaven. He's the last person on earth I'd accept candy from. I was hoping to ask you about my little message. Did you manage to figure it out yet? Congratulations on another case solved. Yet I can't truly say it's been fully resolved, can you? Have you been watching us this whole time? Watching you? No, I prefer to think I've been watching over you. The stand here really is the most marvelous little vantage point. How are the two things any different? What does he want with us? The president's murder. Was that you? Oh no, my contract elapsed a little while ago. He was rather famous among us assassins, you know. A man no one could kill, notoriously stubborn, despite multiple attempts over the years. And it wasn't just his brawn that kept him safe. He used bodyguards, body doubles, you name it. It certainly wasn't his brawn that kept him safe. Sadly, this time his bodyguards were nowhere to be found. And after Mr. Rook died to save him too. As I said, it wasn't me. I do not kill without good reason. Which is something else I have to be grateful to Mr. Rook for. Thanks to him, I avoided killing someone entirely unworthy of my attention. Thanks to... What does that mean? The person who hired me deliberately misled me as to the identity of my target. A betrayal of trust for which I won't soon forgive them. That is why I'm currently doing all I can to track them down. And do you know what I think? I think you and I are looking for the same person. Is he talking about whoever it was that killed the president? And who is this person, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, come now. I can't tell you that. It's against the rules. Revealing the identity of a client is out of the question. I'd hardly stay in business long if people couldn't trust me now, would I? But that doesn't mean there's anything to stop me from catching up with them in my free time. And what are you going to do when you find them? Why, dish out a little justice for the betrayal I suffered, of course. What? What are you saying? What's going to happen to them? I think you can imagine. Well, this hasn't exactly been a pleasant catch-up. But I shouldn't leave you completely in the dark. There's something you ought to know. Our mutual friend, body harmer Canis. He escaped 3 days ago. What? Three nights ago, to be precise, his cell was suddenly, simply empty. Almost as if he knew I was coming to pay him a visit. Wait, the killer went to visit Canis in prison. Does that mean he's the person the killer is looking for? Now, I'd better not take up any more of your time. We'll be seeing one another again soon, I'm sure. Let's both keep up the good work, shall we? We'll run our target to ground in the end. First the killer, now Canis. Two assassins on the loose. Huh. That sound. Mr. Edgeworth, it's Judge Gavel's cell phone. Is this the Taurosaurus theme? Could it be Sean? How's it going, Miles? Whoever it is using a voice changer. Goddamn! Who is this? It's your friend in the red raincoat, of course. Red raincoat? You're the one who abducted Kay. Bingo. Well figured out, Mr. Genius Prosecutor. I can't hear, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry, where's the speakerphone button? I was as surprised as anybody when she lost her memory like that. Talk about a curveball. Hey, I'm standing right here, you know. But never mind all that. I called to talk about something else. Yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winner kill Lil Miss Rosie Ringer. What? This must be the person the killer was talking about. I also called to say thank you. I neither want or need your thanks. Sure, but you deserve them anyway. Guess the penny didn't drop yet, huh? You're right, I abducted Kay, as you put it. But why would I do that, That's right, because I needed you to help me make sure the winner got caught. No. If Kay was a suspect, you'd have to look into it. And if you looked into it, you'd be sure to unmask him eventually. After all, you're a genius, right? Everything worked out exactly like I planned. Oh, but there's something else you should know. Something you didn't figure out yet. It wasn't Winner who kidnapped Judge Gavel's boy. You! How do you know about that? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. How could they possibly know about that? She didn't even use her real name when she visited. She pretended to be Detective Gumshoe. Anyway, you want to know how I knew about the kidnapping? That one's nice and simple, at least. Because sweet, innocent little Sean is here with me right now. What? No! Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. Well, Kay, what do you say? Why don't you come and steal him back just like you said you would? You wouldn't want the amazing Yadagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that? How can they possibly know so much? I think it's kind of obvious now. Oh, don't get the wrong idea about dear old Excelsius, by the way. Papa Winner's still a villain through and through. He wanted to kidnap Sean. I just got there first. So there were 2 kidnapping plots. Oh, what a bunch of clowns. This goon's kidnapped his own son by mistake. Is Sean really there with you? Prove it. Put him on the phone. Oh, he's here. But I'm afraid I can't do that. He's sleeping. So sweet. Then why should we believe you? You might not be the kidnapper at all. Look, if you don't want to believe me, that's up to you. What do you want? What's the end game here? Are you just trying to get Lagarde acquitted? Nope. I could care less about whether they find her guilty or not. So whoever it is, they're not after the same thing as Chairman Winner. My end game is going to have to stay a secret for now. Alright, nice talking to you. You kids have fun, okay? Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice very highly. Bang? Bang? Ah. Who was that? I wish I knew, but they didn't give us enough to figure that out. Deliberately, I imagine. What? So we really have nothing to go on? That's not fair. They sure knew a whole lot about us. Indeed, they did. You're right. It was uncanny how much they seemed to know. How is it possible that they were party to so much that happened in private? Right? They knew everything about the whole kidnapping situation too. We need to figure out how. Where were they getting their information from? Let's consider this carefully. What were the things they knew? You and the good judge are more similar than you know. I think you might even be becoming friends. After all, she visited you at the detention center, right? Seems pretty pally to me. You wouldn't want the amazing Yadagarasu's first commission to be a failure, would you? They even know about that. Oh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. That's it. Based on the specifics they mentioned, there's only one possible answer. I've got it, Kay. I know how they knew. Huh? Really? Whoever it was, they couldn't see us, so they couldn't be following us. They shouldn't be filming us. They are listening in on us. We've been bugged, haven't we? They must have been able to hear us somehow. It's the only possible answer. What? Like they were eavesdropping on us? Think about what the kidnapper said. Ooh, sounds like that one was a real surprise. Ah, if only I could see your faces. If only I could see your faces. That means they couldn't, so they weren't filming or following us. Okay, so what? They hit a bug somewhere. Let me take a look at the stuff in my bag. Where could they have concealed it? We need to go back to what they said again. Yes, they somehow knew about something they shouldn't have. Judge Gavel's impromptu visit and our conversation in the visitor's room. Judge Gavel! Please, Mr. Edgeworth, take a seat. What evidence did I have on my person at that point? The bug must have been hidden here. This is the pin Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of the Yatagarasu and it's very eye-catching indeed. I can't imagine any thief other than Kay would want to wear it. It's this, right? We had the case evidence taken away from us, but the only thing we actually had at that point in time was this? Was it? But we got the evidence back when we went into the room. So everything pertaining to the case was taken away, but this wasn't considered so? Take that! Okay, can I take a closer look at your badge? The Yatagarasu pin. No, it's mine. What? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, sure you're a great thief's assistant now. That doesn't mean you get to wear the pin right away. You have to earn it. I don't want to wear it. I want to check it for bugs. Huh? This old thing? Let's take a look, shall we? I just did. I mean, there we go. Huh? Whoa, that was a long time for you guys to register. So I was right. The Yatagarasu pin that Kay always wears. There was a bug hidden inside. Was it always hollow? How did you know? Whoever it is we're dealing with, they came into close contact with you recently. When they knocked me unconscious, you mean? Precisely. Which made me think the bug must be in one of your possessions. But they also overheard my conversation with Judge Gavelle when she visited me. Something that would have been impossible if I didn't have the bug on my person at the time. I get it. So you fought back over what they let you keep hold of when they locked you up? Yes. All the case evidence I was carrying had been confiscated. Meaning the only thing it could possibly have been was your pin. So they were listening to us this whole time? And they heard everything we said? I suspect so. Everything to do with this case and more. Wait, they're probably listening to what we're saying right now. They may well be, yes. Hey, jerkface! Kay! Eavesdropping coward! Why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh? What was that sound? Ow, 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 ow! Ouch, dang it! Huh. Oh look, it's Tabby! Who was eavesdropping at the time, maybe? You sure know how to surprise a girl. You gotta shout that loud without a word of warning. Maybe jump halfway out my skin. Sorry. What's got you so ornery anyhow? Get a load of this. Seriously, I'll make your blood boil. It will, huh? I'm all ears. I wonder if we might be better off keeping it to ourselves, Kay. Assuming we don't want to be all over the front page of tomorrow's paper, that is. Thanks. Nearly walked right into that. Come on, you're all no fun at all. I was counting on you opening up and spilling the beans all over this here plaza. I better switch off the bug before I forget. Bug data jotted down in my organizer. The person in the red raincoat planted it inside Kay's Yatagarasu pin. Is there any way of tracing the signal? I mean, they know we know now. So that cat's out of the bag. So did you all find out their kidnapped kitty? Speaking of which, the child you saw being taken away. Was it the boy in this photograph? Nah, that ain't him. The kid I saw looked dumber in mud, even if he did have on some fancy school uniform. No prizes for guessing who she means. So Miss Lloyd managed to confuse matters once again. I think we'd better take another look around. Back to square one. Hopefully we'll turn up some new information soon. There are only 20 minutes left until 2. Are we going to make it in time? Wait, Mr. Edgeworth, I just had a thought. It's about that phone call. There was a weird noise in the background, right? There was. Don't think for 1 second you'll get away with this. Oh, don't worry. I'm counting on you at least trying to track me down. That'll be half the fun. Not that I rate your chances of bringing me to justice particularly highly. Wait, she's right. We heard a loud bang right at the end. An exploding sound. Could that provide a hint as to the kidnapper's location? A loud bang, you say? I see. Gah, will you stop eavesdropping? Boy, you never get any cuddlier, do you, Raffles? I guess I'll need to speak with Miss Lloyd, too. Much as I don't want to. We're beginning a new investigation. I'll ignore the gumshoe in the room. How about that? A little help from little old me and you're made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Closer? Sure, if by closer you mean we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnap victim. She must have barely looked at the photo at all. Oh, really? And here I thought I'd given you all the tip of the century. My bad. It's not your fault. It's ours for putting our trust in unreliable sources. We'll just have to learn not to do that again. Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give you all no tips at all, you know. And I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one. But only because I got a real scoop for you all this time. A real scoop, huh? This should be good. Should it? Your scoop then? Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this scoop of yours? Proof, that's what. Proof that Torosaurus really is real. Alright. Okay, we're leaving. Wait, I ain't lying, I swear. Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true. We don't have time for this. But we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Oh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper and a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire breathing time, dang nabbit. There. Well? Kind of hard to tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire. Maybe? And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire-breathing something with your own eyes? Well, not exactly with my eyes as such, being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened. Surely the real Torosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing. Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call non-standard means. Heh. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? I really dug myself a hole here, Are you bugging people too? See, I might could have rigged me up a little wireless intercept hoping to do a little scoop detecting. That's so sad. Poor insect. Not an insect, Kay. An intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions. Me and the chief have been down here at the Bigg Building sniffing around these last couple of days. Looking into Miss Haast's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area too. Sure have, which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. The pound of feet, the electricity in the air. This was it, Torosaurus at last! You made up everything except the roaring sound, didn't you? The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct? Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm a writer, you hear? Anyhow, I kept listening till down the line comes. Your pal there's voice hollering fit to beat the band. Eavesdropping coward, why don't you come out and show yourself? Huh. What was that sound? Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with her little outburst. I assume it was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it? What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now. I ain't into no bugging just. A little light-hearted intercepting is all. Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd? Do what you dang well please. A recording of signals that were intercepted from the bug that was planted in Kay's pin. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Saint, Miss Berry. What are you guys doing here? How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet. Poor Sean. Sean? Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue. I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes. You did? That's great! Thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again. More people are showing up at all times at this point. At this juncture. This is the sight bus. They use it for moving the cast and crew around during shooting. A bus, huh? Then we need to know where it's going and how much the tickets cost. It's Global Studios' own private bus, Kay. We wouldn't need to buy a ticket. And the destination will change depending on the needs of the crew. So let me get this straight. It's free, and it goes anywhere you want it to. I gotta get me one of those. What you want then is not a bus, but a car, Kay, just like everyone else. Might examine this side as well. Oh, it's gone. Interesting. Well, they ain't my two newest pals. More trouble? Hop in. Thank you, but we don't need to go anywhere right now. Ah, you don't gotta say nothing, buddy. I can see it written all over your face. You gotta go make a fresh start, am I right? New town, new house, new everything. Cops on your tail, wise guys even. Don't matter. Just rip it all up and start again. Go on, hop in. Your new life starts right here. Just be sure to tip generously now. I'm starting to wonder why we weren't more suspicious of him the first time. Yes, he seems okay with aiding and abetting criminals, but with a host of people to speak to here in the Bigg Building's plaza, including a on his hands and knees Gumshoe, a sight for sore eyes, I'm sure. Well, Paris is here, like everyone is here. We get talking to them. Next time on Ace, Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit. We now know that Sean is definitely being kidnapped, just by a completely different entity. And at this point in time, I'm feeling like hot air balloon is my personal thing. We hear the sound of fire roaring, sure, and then a bump for landing. That's an out there theory for you to start with, and to think over until next time. For now, I say, bye-bye.